Okay, Google, define independent. Well, my name is Paul Safi, and I am legally blind. It is technology like this that enables me to be more self-reliant. This, like Google, is a tool. It helps me walk around safely. But more than this, it means independence. To me, it embodies freedom. And by allowing me to walk around this conference today, it opens up a world of opportunities. Without this, I would be completely reliant on somebody else to get to where I need to go for my day-to-day needs, relying on them to access basic goods and services. Worst of all, I would not be able to lead a normal life.
I have a younger brother. His name is Makram, and he has a form of autism. And like other cognitive challenges, it means that there are many things that you and I take for granted that he just can't do alone. It could be maintaining eye contact with someone while having a conversation. It could be recognizing emotions like anger, happiness, sadness. But one of the biggest challenges that Makram faces on a daily basis is his inability to understand, manage, and use his finances independently. He doesn't really understand the concept of money, or banking, or credit cards, or loans. And what this means is he could walk into a shop, pay $100 for a bottle of water, and then just leave without collecting the change. He can't just walk into a bank, open, and use an account like you and I would. But worst of all, it means that despite his talents and his ability to actually gain employment and an income, he's going to continue to be reliant on myself and the rest of my family throughout his adult life. There is not a single bank in the world today that caters and makes their services accessible to people like my brother. Makram today is like Paul without his cane.
Makram is not alone. Around 3% of the population has an intellectual disability. And not only is it the bank's social and regulatory responsibility to accommodate these people, but the banks are missing out. The banks are missing out on a population which is growing and is over 200 million people today. In a study that we conducted with the South African bank, 95% of parents of individuals with an intellectual disability were willing and ready to switch to a bank that offered such services.
And this, of course, is where Reable comes in. After a year and a half of deep research in 4 different countries, dozens of prototypes, hundreds of conversations with parents, teachers, bankers, psychologists, and other specialists, we entered the Barclays Techstars Accelerator in Cape Town, where we had the opportunity to run a pilot for 6 months, where we really got to understand the ins and outs of how a bank works and how to actually provide a solution for this population. And we have gotten there. We have developed a system that assesses the individual needs and challenges of each and every user, and tailors an experience and generates a seamless banking experience for that particular person. If they can't read, text-to-speech is turned on and images are shown. Parents are always kept into the loop to satisfy both safety and independence. They're kept into the know-how and the what, where, and when of every single transaction that is taking place. But who doesn't like a surprise? So if you want to talk to us, we're out of time. Talk to us later.
Okay, hi, my name is Roja Aboud. I'm the founder of CardSwitch. Banks have got a big problem, card-related fraud problems and losses. They have reached $16.2 billion back in 2014. And those $16.2 billion are translated into a 5.7 cents per every single $100 spent. And that's not all. In the same year, card spend grew by 15%, while fraud losses grew by 19%. And that's not all. The customers have got a problem also. Mainly, banks declining genuine transactions for positive reasons. Meaning that the banks are declining a lot of transactions because they think that these transactions are fraudulent. And therefore, they have put parameters and controls to decline those transactions. And this is not a solution to prevent fraud. This is a solution to practically control the amount of fraud losses. So a bank would come and say, I am ready to lose $100,000 per year worth of fraud losses. And accordingly, I will put the controls. And this is not a prevention tool. It's a simple detection tool. That's why we have created CardSwitch, the first fraud prevention and personal card management solution. For customers, it's a mobile application and an Apple Watch application. For banks, it is a bank admin and a call center front end. What does it do? With CardSwitch, the cardholder himself can simply switch on or off his card anytime he wants. So I'm sitting now with you. There is no need for my card to be switched on. The same way, there is no need for my car to be switched on. So I switch on and off my card at my convenience. Then I can switch on and off the channel that I'm using. So if I'm withdrawing cash from my ATM machine, there is no need for my online or point of sale channels to be switched on. So I switch them off. Much more than this, I can switch on and off the merchant categories. Meaning, if I'm going to a restaurant today, there is no need for my grocery shop as merchant category code to be switched on. So I switch on restaurant, and I assign a certain spending limit per merchant category code. Again, because I want to restrict my transaction to the real, genuine ones, I will only authorize transaction in the countries that are switched on. So I switch on United States, for example, and only transaction in the United States will be approved, and the other countries will be automatically shut down. And this is where we prevent the real frauds. Because, for your information, fraudsters that skim card, let's say in Lebanon, will never ever use the skimmed card in Lebanon. They ship those information, they copy the cards elsewhere, and they use it in another country. Much more than this, when it comes to raising our children, or when it comes to managing our highly spending wives, we can assign a daily, a weekly, and a monthly limit per card. So I give my son a $10 spending limit per day, or $100 per week, or a $500 per month. But if I give my son a $500 per month, then he can use it in 1 second. And much more than this, we have alert system which practically replaces the SMS notification. Currently, everyone in this room is paying $1 or more worth of SMS notification given by the bank. And what does it do? It simply tells you, you, Mr. Customer, you will have to pay $1. So I, as a bank, will notify you that your card was used in a fraudulent way in the United States. So all what you have to do is go to the IVR system, call the bank, wait in the queue for minutes till you report a fraudulent transaction. By that time, the fraudster would have taken all the money from your card. Our business model is very simple. We charge a one-time license fee, an integration fee, and a fee per card per month, and this is where the banks make a lot of money. We are a fully developed product, tested, fully customizable. We have the Central Bank of Bahrain mandate backing us up. We have already signed with a multinational bank, and we are partners with Flat 6 Labs. If you need any more information, I'll be available. Thank you.